Now,
Yes.
first, back to the mothers. Now, Mother's Day is approaching, and we absolutely love the moms out there. You know, brothers, when we think about Rosie B, what a gem she was, right?
Best mother in the world.
One of a
We
kind.
love
One of a kind. And we'll
we
certainly
love you,
be,
Rosie B.
yes,
Yes.
and we'll
Yes.
be holding her certainly close to our hearts this
Yes,
Sunday.
yes.
But I do want to address these helicopter moms. Now, I do have experience in this category.
I'm going.
Well,
I
I
will
think we both do.
think we both do. I just let that I leave that as solid there. Won't go too much into that, but let's get into this conversation regarding rising star Jayden Daniels of the Washington Commanders. He was spotted on a date night with a mystery woman in Miami, but what caught the fans' attention was his mother, Regina Jackson, in the vehicle, who is also his manager, but she was alone for the ride, it seems. Now, in fairness and in all transparency here, we don't know the circumstances around this whole thing. But let's just say the social media world was very divided on this issue and where they stood. Now, we do know that Regina, from her appearance on the Money Game on Prom, if you ever saw that, we know how she feels about her son and him dating. Where on that show she said, "Girls, them girls, some girl out there, she's got a Jayden Daniels wall, and her mama says, 'Hey, honey, you going to be the one to get him.'" And I know that sounds crazy, but I guarantee there's someone who's trying to get their hooks into Jayden Daniels. So thank God he got a mama like me, because it ain't happening. And that caused like a storm. Has been very vocal about her protection over her son. Now, fans are wondering if she's a little too obsessed. Do y'all have a problem with this?
Well, y'all don't want to hear what I got to say on this because I
I
y'all know
have some
where
thoughts. I'm
you
just
know where
saving
I'm
that.
gonna go. If, here's Now I will say, in fairness, I think she is his manager
She is,
or and whatnot. Um,
which I have some
Now,
thoughts around that too. That's good to a point.
well, that's where you have start having problems when you can't mix uh, you can't mix the two. Unfortunately, you know it should be a thing where you should grow a family legacy, but um, you know families can be messy. I know you said that before, Cameron, and we've said it before on this podcast many a times. But as far as the women today and their obsession with their boy childs,
It is an obsession.
it's it it's really sickening, in some areas because it's kind of like the Oedipus syndrome. I know you guys know about that in
Yes.
psych class, but I mean it's a real thing. Uh, that boy becomes that boyfriend or husband that they uh, did not have or did not keep, and sometimes those relationships get the lines get blurred a little bit and a little bit nasty. Not saying that they have an
Yeah, yeah.
incestuous
I know.
relationship, but it gets a little gross. So especially in single parent homes, but it can happen in a two parent home as well, in a nuclear family as well. I'm just going to say this: where's the father? Where are we men?
That's my whole question in all of this too. Because I don't know anything about Jaden's father. Does anybody know?
No, I, that's where I'm struggling. Like, where are we men? Men, where are we?
Fair point. Where are we?
Uh, where are we? Because we 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 can't continue to allow some of the disgusting behavior continue to go on and not do something about it. The kids are out here in disarray. Like these young folks, they are just out here doing stupid stuff right now.
Hmm. Dumb stuff.
And it's really because there haven't been any males out there just you know putting their foot down. Back in the day, you get your somebody pull you up by your collar. They didn't care how old you were.
And it don't have to be your dad. He could be just
It
a man
wouldn't.
in the neighborhood.
It was just men stepping up,
Men.
yoking
Exactly.
you up,
And see,
saying,
you can tell that's something that needed to happen much earlier than to where we are now with Jayden Daniels being NFL quarterback. This
but
involvement needs to happen sometime earlier.
oh yeah. But I'm gonna tell you like this: back in the day, they wouldn't have cared if he was a NFL quarterback or not. They'd have yoked his behind
Oh
up.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
It didn't matter.
Boy, why you running around with your mama like that so much?
Yeah.
Like I
So
don't like what is
hang with some boys. What's
okay,
wrong with you?
another other offer a similar perspective, but I guess on the kid side, the part I start wondering is like I remember myself at these ages. I was dying for my own agency and to be on my like leave me alone. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing whatever the hell I want to do when I want to do it. Like where are these attitudes like with some people just love being coddled.
We
I
got
feel
out. We said we're out of this house and we're not coming back.
and don't know how to break away from that. Like they be so scared to make decisions, be so scared to do paranoid to do anything without asking mama. Like you got to get the approval of everything. Can I cross the street today? Let me call
Yeah.
mama. Let me text mama. Is that okay if I go
Yeah. Can I go pee,
right?
mom?
Can't take a
What,
bath.
what can I eat today? I mean, you know that that's detrimental to the child because something catastrophic happens to her. What is he going to do? How does he think on his own? You know,
Yeah.
and when you enable a child like that and don't allow them to grow and mature, um, he he would continue to be 24, 25, 26 on up until he's 40, and he's still a child, still a boy,
Carlin,
claiming to
what
be a man, but
right.
he's still a boy.
What you think, Carlin?
Well, I'm not gonna say as much as you guys because I'm not a parent, and I just feel a certain way critiquing parenting when you're not a parent. But I'm just gonna base this on experiences that we grew up with. Well, first of all, why are you a grown man and every time we see you outside of your house, your mom is there? To me, that's just a bit weird. I'm sorry, it is. You cannot be photographed or video or anything without your mom being present. That's strange to me. But I just want to go get back to the point which I was saying, like Carl was saying about where the men. I just want to agree with that sentiment. Um, like we were just talking about Anthony Edwards. Like it's guys like him that's going out here raw dogging, creating all these babies, and then saying, "Hey, I'll pay you to have to take care of the baby, but I don't want to have any type of relationship with the kid." I'm not saying that that's everybody's story, but it happens way too much in my opinion. Like if you are going to be responsible enough to or irresponsible enough to create that child, you should do more than just try to pay it off. You should try to be there and guide that child and be in that child's life. That's just my opinion. And I just think that, like Carl was saying, and you too, Cameron, like it's just a lot of helicopter moms out here that want to shield their child from any bad things that happen to them, like in their childhood. As society matures and goes along, we learn things to do better or differently than the previous generation.
Correct.
But I think at this point, we're kind of overcompensating those bad things that we've experienced and not allow the child to have certain experiences on their own and to learn from their mistakes.
Oh yes, I absolutely love that point. That is
Yes,
so absolutely. There's so much
yes,
growth that comes in making mistakes and learn. Like that's just definitely how you grow. And I'm glad we brought up the Anthony Edwards thing because I do want to acknowledge, like there is the side that the minute something like an Anthony Edwards happens, one of the first go tos is like, where's your parents? They ain't teach you nothing, or like, where's people in your life? Like, how are you doing this? So there is an element of that protection I understand and that guidance, but there has to be, in my opinion, you have to trust how you raise your kids to be and trust that that they're going to make wise decisions and have that relationship where if they do need help they're going to come to you. If they have questions about somebody, they're gonna come to you. If someone's important in their life, they're gonna share that person with you. you know, like it's gonna come back. I don't. It's this element of control. I honestly think a lot of women. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna generalize. Y'all talk to me, but a lot of women struggle with control and the element of wanting to control like situations and everything. That's just been my experience. what I what I've seen, and I see it come out on the kids sometimes, and a lot in this gen. I gotta look at my millennial parents in my generation. We do this a lot with these
I
Gen Zers going on.
I, I have to agree with you, Cameron. Uh, the control factor is a major dilemma, you know, and and the thing is, you can't control every aspect of their lives. They're going to have to fall down and scrape their knee, and
At some point.
you have to see what happens when they face adversity, because adversity is going to reveal what their character is, you know. Um, and if you're consistently, when they run into an issue, if you're consistently handling it for them, they'll never understand what a problem is,
Absolutely.
and can't recover when they face one.
Okay.
Now
Period.
that's a word.
That's a
Yes,
word.
right there.
Like pivot. What does pivot mean?